Hello and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is a full moon reading in Taurus for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. As many of you already know, this Hunter's moon, this full moon in Taurus, is earthy and steady. And it's on, the full moon is on November 12th, and this reading will be from then until the full moon in Gemini, which is on December 12th. And for my Scorpios out there, we are in Scorpio season. So your safety, both physical and emotional, depends on the need for stability, which might not be super easy right now because we are sort of going through lots of transformations with the sun in Scorpio and sort of, and also with the 11/11 portal opening up, and then also with October 31st. So a lot of things that are on the underground or in the underground or in the underworld are going to be coming up. And we've got this very earthy, nourishing full moon in Taurus. So it's kind of this back and forth between something that's very earthy and then something that's very transformative and watery and emotional. Okay, you have to accept the changes and the transformations as a necessary part of the cycle in your life. And since Taurus is ruled by Venus, and right now this romantic full moon is asking us to really, really take stock of what we want, what we need, and what we desire. It's then having us release what's not in line with that, so we also see our own sense of grounding and structure a lot more clearly. So I'm going to give you, Scorpios, this full moon spread to help identify what actions you need to take in order to manifest the intentions you set during the new moon. And if any of you follow my readings, I do new moon readings and I do full moon readings for individual signs. If you didn't set any intentions, particularly during the new moon, these are, this spread is to identify what actions you need to take in order to manifest the intentions that you've set for your highest good, okay, at any time. And it will also help identify what's blocking your path and what you can do to overcome these blockages. Now, this is a 7-card reading. It's actually 8 cards with, the bottom of the deck card that I'll pull for your overall energy. And then at the end, I'll pull some oracle cards for you guys as well to finish off the reading. So while I shuffle the cards and while I'm doing the reading, I'm just going to ask my dear Scorpios, you give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, and share if and only if that's something that you like to do. All right, and I just want to send a warm hug and a shout out to all of my new and returning viewers and subscribers. I love you guys so much, and thank you for being on this journey with me. It really does mean the world to me. So, all right, let's get into this reading, Scorpio. I love you guys so much. We're going to ask Spirit, our spirit guides, our angels, our ancestors, our loved ones who have passed. What does Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus need to know for this full moon in Taurus? What does Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs need to know for this full moon in Taurus reading? Okay, Scorpio, your overall energy is the Emperor. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy, which you may have in your chart, or you just might be exhibiting these qualities, or this is somebody in your surroundings. The Emperor is a military leader. The Emperor, oh, I love that. And then we have the full moon showing up, so coming through loud and clear, this Taurus full moon will be also about setting your boundaries with particular people. Now, again, this reading might resonate with you in a love relationship, with a work project, or at work, or your career, your family, your loved ones, okay, or your spiritual journey. But the Emperor, he's somebody who sits very, very well on his throne. He is the king of all kings. He sets his boundaries. He's also an authority. He punishes He can have, he has the authority to punish as well, to set down the rules, but he's also a very just leader. He takes care of his people, his tribe, um, and he's a very formidable opponent, and he sets his boundaries. I'm getting very clearly this solar plexus chakra. So at this time of spiritual transformation that we are in Scorpio season, that is affecting my Scorpios very, very deeply and probably in a positive light. You guys are really figuring out what you want, what you need, and what you desire, and you're standing strong in that power, in that knowing, and doing what it takes to transform. Now, the first card out is where are you in your life right now? This is the Hierophant card. This is a Taurus card. I love this because if you look at these two men, not only do they look kind of similar, like they're related somehow, I'm getting that the Emperor, remember, always had his spiritual advisor close at hand. So I'm getting for some of you Scorpios, this is definitely a spiritual journey, a spiritual path that you're on. Some of you may be teachers, but you're definitely leaders. So that's either you guys are, the CEO of a company, you're the head of your household. Maybe you guys are actually leaders and healers or leaders in your field. Okay, but this Hierophant is a teacher. This means that all of the knowledge that you have gained in your life experiences is allowing you now to share that information, or you're wanting to share everything that you've learned, but you've also, the student has become the teacher. Okay, and this is a beautiful energy because this is an up leveling. This transformation is from you being student or apprentice into master or teacher. And I love this energy, Scorpio, because there is so much mastery already coming out in this reading. Really, really lovely. For some of you guys, you are embarking on, but it's not new. It's something you've been working towards, this spiritual journey. For others of you, you guys are master healers, and you have recognized, your life's purpose and the need to share that and to spread the healing to others. Now, how you project yourself to the world and the truth of your relationships right now. The King of Swords is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, and the King of Swords is again another master. He's somebody who's very black and white. He's very cut and dry. He knows what he wants. He stands in his truth. He doesn't let anyone or anything get in his way of doing what he knows is right. I'm getting here that your heart chakra is also aligned, okay, with your third eye and your crown chakra, that this spiritual journey is, you're on this path and you almost have blinders on, but it's nothing negative. It's like you have worked hard for this. You have cut down all of the obstacles, or if you've come across obstacles, you've been able to cut through. I get that at some point in time, some of you may have been going through a dark night of the soul as well, and you are able to sort of peel back all of those layers. I'm getting somebody kind of walking through a thick forest or through a thick jungle, and with a machete or with this very sharp sword, being able to forge his own path. For some of you, you have stayed resolute in your beliefs, even if you've lost people along the way, that not everybody was joining you on this journey. Not everybody can join you on the journey, especially when you're up leveling, okay, and receiving such really powerful spiritual, downloads and that sort of thing. Not everyone is going to support you on this journey, but it doesn't seem to matter. Okay, what matters is you're resolute, you're not backing down, okay, and this has led you and it may have been lonely sometimes. Again, I am getting there some people, relationships, places, jobs, situations. Maybe you had to change your place, where you were working, or maybe, the setting wasn't serving you anymore, what have you. But you definitely, you've had to forge your own path here, Scorpio. But in the end, even though it may have been difficult, you were so resolute in doing so and sticking to your guns that, all of this unnecessary stuff fell away, and all of those relationships and the people who didn't support you are also falling away. Okay, and again, there's a bit of loneliness attached to that, but in the end, it's actually for the greatest good, because as a leader, you are one. You might have one trusted advisor or healer or someone near you that you confide in and that has supported you on this journey. Okay, maybe, but it's just like one or a very trusted few. There are not a lot of people that are in this close inner circle with you. And you know what? I feel like you're okay with that because you understand the responsibilities of, of what it is you're teaching, or however, being a leader, can't have, loads of advisors and be swayed, okay, in their opinion, and their decision making can't be influenced by, hundreds of different people, or else, you're not resolute, okay? So I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. I feel like I could go on and on with that. The Two of Pentacles, this is what is blocking your desires and your goals, and this is making some sort of decision. This Two of Pentacles is someone that is, someone who's putting on a happy face despite what might really be going on. And there's some sort of lack of transparency here. So I think a lot of times, we do try to tell everyone everything's okay, no matter what we're going through, that, we're fine, and keep up a happy face. But in a way, it's kind of a front. So at some point in time, Scorpio, I am getting that you are going to have to be transparent. You've maybe made that decision already, but this might be coming out about who you actually are in a spiritual setting, or showing your true gifts to the world. And you might have a little bit of hesitation there because you know that not everybody's going to accept that, and that might sort of not hurt other people's feelings, but that might really send you on this journey on your own. And I don't get that you're afraid to be alone, because you stand in your power here and your beliefs, and you're very resolute about your beliefs and what it is you need to do. But you know that some people aren't going to be so happy about it. So keeping up that sort of front and making sure everybody, feels safe and feels happy and comfortable and in this state of bliss, that eventually is going to have to break. The Two of Pentacles is balancing two ideas, two people, two things. Maybe it's work and your side hustle. Okay, maybe it's family and work. Maybe it's your love relationship and a creative project. Okay, but balancing that. But eventually, these two pentacles do get really heavy, and either one of them's going to drop because you just can't keep it up anymore, and that could come smashing down onto your toes and hurt you really bad, or maim you, or you can choose to put one down and focus just on one of these. And so that decision, or actually coming out with it, is something that may be blocking you at this time, Scorpio. What you need to do to overcome these obstacles, the Knight of Cups. I love this energy. The Knight of Cups is showing that you are committed, you are resolute, you are savvy. You have such a, such a superior way of being, and you have been through, I'm getting a lot of you have been through, done this shadow work, and some of you, or many of you, may have even been through this dark night of the soul, and this transformation I'm getting is going to be really intimidating for a lot of people, because you are so good at what it is you are doing. And for some of you, it's teaching, or it's healing, or it's just being a leader here. And it's actually getting through the tough times. The moon can be the dark night of the soul. The moon can be these nightmarish, fantastic times where, everybody else is running around like a chicken with their head cut off or howling at the moon. But you're able to stay on your path because you knew that, following your own inner guidance, and staying resolute and sticking to your path has really made you become a master at whatever it is you're doing. And this Knight of Cups is really intimidating for others. Okay, and so what overcoming these obstacles, I'm getting that you just trust yourself. You have this amazing cup, whether that's knowledge, whether that's love, whether that's commitment, and you're savvy and amazing at what it is you do. And other people might feel inferior around you, so maybe you need to keep that in mind, but that doesn't have to change who you are or what you do, if that makes any sense for you guys. Now, what you can do within yourself in order to achieve those desires, the Queen of Pentacles, sit comfortably in your home. Okay, whatever changes that you've had to make, Okay, just be comfortable with those. You've worked for it. You know, this pentacle is everything that you've worked for. It is nothing that happened overnight. Again, the student has become the master. Sit in that. Have pride in that. You have done all of the work. The Queen of Pentacles is a mothering energy, so be kind to yourself at this time. Engage in lots of self-love, especially during this season of Mercury retrograde and 11/1, November 1st through 11/11. You know, we're receiving so much information, especially those of you who are intuitives and healers, okay, Reikiists and yogis and mystics and that sort of thing. So make sure that you are taking care of yourself, you're drinking enough water, you're nurturing yourself and nurturing this powerful and journey that you are on, because you've been so resolute about it. So don't stop now, okay? And this is also taking care of, at the same time, even though you might be the leader and you're, or a spiritual healer or whatever, but also, you do have the responsibilities of your house and home, your tribe, the people and things that you care about. And that's also, making sure that they are also taken care of during this extremely powerful, transformative period in your life, Scorpio. Now, what you can learn from the outside world or others to help you manifest your goals and careers, this is you and this is Scorpio season, and this is recognizing the importance of, of planting a seed and then nurturing it and growing it and then harvesting and reaping all the benefits of everything that you've done, and then also recognizing that decay is part of that. And I think you, in this journey, you guys have seen that with this King of Swords, this Hierophant, the Emperor. You've seen that this up leveling and moving on in this journey, and well, not you alone, because you've definitely had some spiritual guidance, your loved ones who have passed, angels, ancestors, and universe all supporting you on this journey. And there may be people in your life that were supporting you, but not everyone, and they may have dropped away. And that's okay. That's the natural cycle of life, as we see with the seasons, with spring and the growth and that summertime and then harvest and then winter. We see that in all these aspects of our life. So just remember that that's okay, my dear Scorpio. And at this time, you've been through a very powerful, transformative journey, or you are in the midst of that. And that is natural and normal and necessary. And you will come out on top. And as I say that, your final outcome card here is the World, and the World is the completion of this cycle. I mean, this is the student becoming the master, where you're up leveling, you're enlightened, you're getting through this period, Mercury retrograde. I understand it. For some of us have some fears of Mercury retrograde, and we are in the midst of that at the moment. But remember that is Mercury retrograde is a blessing. When Mercury is going direct, it's all about go, 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 and we're barreling towards 2020. But I'm getting that you guys, my Scorpios, you guys really stood in this power, and with your sun in Scorpio, with this full moon in Taurus, and you've taken this time to really, really, discern, figure out what it is you want, what it is you need, what it is you desire, and you've stuck to it no matter what. And you had to make some difficult choices along the way, or you have to, but you continued on and you nurtured your dream, you nurtured what it is you want to manifest, the people around you and yourself, and you stuck to it. And that was just, your drive and your resolute, being resolute in this journey is so admirable. And it's like this chivalry, like, wow, look at how amazing that is. Look at everything that they've been through, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and they're coming out on top. And Scorpio, I mean, that's all I'm going to say there, because the World is just amazing. This is this energy of up-leveling, completing a cycle. For some of you, you have become the CEO of your own company. For some of you, you have a successful entrepreneurial business. For others of you, the Hierophant represents marriage and commitment, if that's what, you've been working towards, this relationship and bringing it to the next level. Okay, and you had to make some hard choices along the way. And for others, it's just that spiritual journey that you're on, and you've been through the dark night of the soul, and you're coming out, wow, refreshed and new and, completely amazing. And, we're going through this full moon in Taurus, and here you have the Sun card coming out. Oh, you guys, I knew this would be amazing. Okay, I'm going to pull all 4 oracle cards before I talk about them. Spirit, what final messages do you have for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for this full moon in Taurus? Okay, yeah, okay. This is really, really cool. So this is Spirit just confirming everything that I've just been reading in in this reading so far. So first of all, you know, you've been through a very dark night of the soul, some of you, or you've been through some very difficult times. And then we have this one card, the Sun, coming out. You're coming through, you know, with this World card, you're coming through on top, standing in the sun, standing in the light, in the truth of who you are, happy, optimistic. I mean, she's in this beautiful warm pool with all of these lovely mystic creatures around her. There's a baby being, you know, hung on a little thing there, you know, in a little papoose or whatever. There's knowledge and information. She's surrounded by nature and abundance. This is this spiritual alchemy. This is, you know, the baby representing new beginnings that come from the world, because after the world, then we go back to the Fool. And this is just happiness, optimism, support. Scorpio, you've done it. You're going to rejoice in celebration. Now, you definitely had to walk away from some things. That's coming out loud and clear with the Death card. And it was a difficult decision. And I think it was something you were going back and forth about, but ultimately walking away and finally making the decision to align yourself with your highest good and to manifest what it is for your highest good has led to the door to personal healing and happiness. And that's going through this dark night of the soul, going through this transformative period that's extremely rejuvenating and healing for you, Scorpio, is absolutely amazing. So just breathe in this beautiful scene. Okay, if you're not already feeling this card, then this is what is coming to you at this time. Gorgeous, gorgeous reading. And then also we have caring connections. So again, you may have had to leave certain people behind. Some of you may have been in separation. I'm getting this is soulmate or twin flame energy. And remember, when you release something, it either comes back to you healed or it opens the door for something new and better for you. Okay, so for those of you that this resonates with a, you know, love relationship or romantic relationship, I see there's marriage and there's a higher commitment here coming for you. For others of you, this is just the union of yourself and your higher self. And this is just, wow, this is a huge transformation, Scorpio. Huge transformation, and it's just this, it's nothing but auspicious and beautiful things coming to you. But there was a tough decision that you had to make, okay? But remember, you will make the best decision for you, as long as it's aligned with your highest good and the highest good of everyone involved. All right, and your final card is Irene, peace. There's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. Okay, I am getting strong sort of images here of babies. So some of you might be, might be in the actual state of pregnancy, and that, this is the birth of a baby. Again, this is whatever project you've been nurturing, okay, and that's been in this gestation period is going to come to fruition. And that can either be with work, it can either be with money and career, or it can be a relationship, or it's your spirituality where the student becomes the teacher and you've reached this new level of enlightenment and mastery. So Scorpio, this is an amazing reading. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. Please give this video a thumbs up. I'm giving you guys a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, comment and share if and only if that's something that you like to do. And I hope you Scorpios have an absolutely beautiful, amazing full moon in Taurus.